Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I'm Gage Samoji. He's Emerson Hip, and this is the Intoxicated Sports Report.
Yeah, buddy.
We're back.
Are you ready for this weekend?
No.
There's a lot going on.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great.
Oh, boy. If you're watching, you can see that we're wearing our favorite teams of the NBA.
I'm not going to admit who this jersey is, but yeah.
I'll tell them for you. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's right.
It's Jimmer.
Jimmer Fredette.
First round pick back in what, 2011?
Got picked before Klay Thompson, but we don't like to remember that.
I should have worn my Clay jersey just to rub it in.
That would have been good. That would have been good. But yeah, my dad gave me this jersey years ago. I would say probably 10, 12 years ago, probably. And I hardly ever wear it because I had no reason to. But now that the Kings are in the playoffs, hey.
First time in a
Look at
long
me.
time.
We're here. We're back, baby.
Yes, sir.
We're back.
I'm excited for the Kings, you know. I wish they weren't playing the Warriors just because I would like to be able to support them at least for one round, you know.
And I think I'm going to talk about that a little more when we get to the segment.
Right.
But I agree. I wish the Kings... I think this is the worst case scenario for the Kings in the first round. Because, you know, because I had said... I had said that I wanted the Kings to at least win one playoff series, and we're going to get there, but I'm not feeling good at this point.
I think the only thing that realistically that would have been worse would be like the Suns, maybe if they had fallen to the 6th seed.
Yeah.
But
hey,
that's a fair point.
To be the best, you got to beat the best.
That's right.
It's very cliche, but it's true.
And if you can do it in the first round, hey, they're out of the way.
Yeah.
Not that the Warriors are the best team in the West by any means, but they are the defending champs.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
That's not the only reason this weekend's going to be fun. It was your birthday yesterday, and we're going to be celebrating it on Saturday.
Should we take a shot?
Do you want to?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's do it. I didn't think you'd say that.
It's my birthday. Fuck it.
Fuck yeah. Sorry to the listeners for making a ruckus.
Yeah, I'm 28 now. 28, feeling great.
Buster Posey year.
Buster Posey year. Thank you.
Hard to beat that.
Hard to beat that.
I'm a little over halfway through mine.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're young for your grade.
Correct.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time. Yesterday, I worked yesterday. You know, got a bunch of happy birthdays and all that. Went to my grandma's house for lunch, or during my lunch because I have an hour lunch, and I said what's up, and you know, I know she probably enjoyed that, and I did too. And then went to Devin's house after, and then had dinner with her and her parents, which isn't unusual, but they did make one of the dishes that I like the most that they do make.
Okay.
And so it was nice. And then we ended up coming here last night.
Yeah, it was nice of you guys to stop by.
Yeah, it was nice.
Wasn't necessarily expecting it, but
it was nice for parents for watching Thea. I appreciate that.
Yeah. What do you want to have here, bud?
Let's see.
We got some Baileys. We got some Disaronno, Montenegro.
So you know we're both drinking vodka sodies.
Oh right, yes. Cheers to that.
So I'm thinking I gotta stick with the vodka. Sounds disgusting to shoot it, but
there's some flavored vodka, or there's Kettle One.
Is this the flavored stuff?
That's the tamarind one.
I'm gonna take this one.
This
one's not that bad.
You know, this one kind of sucks, but I'm gonna do it because at least I can get through it. I know I can do it.
We got about 15 more of these.
Yeah, we're making some progress.
We're blowing through these.
Yeah, not bad.
Not at all. Birthday party though, yes, disco themed at Devin's parents' house. Her parents are the MVPs of the weekend so far. Looking forward to it. You know,
Gage working on a nice stash.
Working on a nice stash slash soul patch because I think it complements it very well.
100%.
The mustache.
100%.
And looking forward to shaving this thing off as soon as possible.
I'm really looking forward to everyone's fits and get ups that they bring.
And I'm not going full blown disco, but I'm gonna have a blue wig.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I got a bright blue wig.
Damn, you should have surprised me with that.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll tell you right now. I wore it for Halloween too. It's pretty nice.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have the best shirt. I'm not gonna tell you the shirt, but I'm gonna have the best shirt out of anybody there, guaranteed.
I won't argue that. It's your birthday.
And I'm not gonna go too all. It'll be look like a normal outfit despite the mustache and
the wig,
the hair. But you know, I'm not gonna, like you said
Fair
earlier,
enough.
I'm not gonna buy $40 bell bottoms.
Right.
Just not doing it.
Bell bottom will be fun, but yeah, not worth it.
Who do you think will have the best outfit of the day?
Ooh, well, I mean, aside from one of us, I would go. Who do I trust? I'll go Padilla. He usually tries to go all out. You know.
I was thinking Stone too.
Yeah.
But since you said that, I'm gonna go Danny.
Okay. I'll give Danny a good chance at it as well. Mainly because I know that there's at least 3 guys that are wearing a similar outfit.
Dark horse candidate though, Taylor Martin.
The thing is, Taylor's one of those three guys. So
Yeah.
him, Dylan, and Sean apparently all got a similar branded shirt. So
They're gonna be like they're gonna be like Chippendales out there.
Let's see if one of the ladies shows up with out of the girls, who do you think's gonna? Does Devin have something good lined up?
I'm picking Devin.
Okay.
I'm just picking Devin. 'Cause
Okay, come on. I guess the rest would be. I guess Hannah and Jasmine are coming.
I could see Elise pulling something out.
I was kind of thinking Elise or Katie, maybe. Katie, Katie's gonna have to try to keep up with Dylan, which was my front runner. So
Yeah. Okay, so I'll pick Elise besides Devin, obviously.
yeah, I'll go Katie. We'll
Okay.
give it to her.
Okay.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, that's easy money right there. No face on that one, Devin. Sorry, you can't screenshot it this time.
That's become pretty popular these days.
Yeah. Not great, but certainly had worse.
You've had the pink lemonade one, right?
Bad.
Yeah. It's straight cough syrup.
Surprised you shot it.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, sorry.
I think now that I know what it tastes like, I'm just like, fuck it. I know what I'm getting myself into. Not gonna be any surprises here.
Pretty much. When you get down to the bottom of this bag,
It's gonna be rough.
it's gonna be stuff that you don't.
Like Tanqueray. There's like 3 of those in there. I do not want to shoot Tanqueray by any means.
That's gin, right?
Yeah.
Tank, yeah.
And it's like the classic, just super pine needle tasting type gin.
Oh, what's really bad? Pine needle gin. I'm not gonna remember the name of it. We'll have to look it up. I remember Arb had it in Santa Barbara, and it was ice cold, and it was piss.
Do you remember the color of the label?
It was blue.
Was it Seagram's?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the outside of the bottle was kind of it felt like
It had like grooves on it?
like Braille, I guess.
Yeah, that's definitely
Seagram's
definitely
gin, yeah.
Seagram's. Seagram's anything is ass. Other than Seagram's 7 can pass as a like cocktail whiskey.
The only cool thing about Seagram's gin is that Snoop Dogg rapped about it in like gin and juice or something like that, right?
But he also rapped. I think he rapped about Tanqueray too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was definitely Seagram's. That shit. It literally tasted like pine needles.
Yeah.
I don't know how it gets that taste, but it's exactly what it is.
It's that juniper in there. It's got that earthy. Ugh.
Also, we're back in studio kind of today.
Yeah, in a different part of the studio.
Different part of the studio. Yeah. Emerson's parents are gone, so it's weekend at Emmys.
Yep.
This whole week, actually.
They're out in Costa Rica.
Wow, shout out.
Celebrating Kyle and his soon-to-be wife, Kristen, getting married.
I'm a little sad that you're not there. I understand why. We went to Paris. You had a big trip already.
Yeah, it would have been tough to do both those. I mean, I could have.
Yeah.
I could afford it, but it didn't line up for me.
Yeah. You made a financial decision that was
Correct.
probably a smart one.
Correct, Mundo. Also, I don't have a job yet, but I could have been looking for a job, so it would have been tough to ask for time off right out the gate.
Exactly.
Hey. Of having a new job. But anyways, we're here.
So now we're doing the podcast from your living room, and we're watching the Sharks.
And the Oilers.
Only losing by 2 goals, by the way.
Yeah, 13 minutes left. Oilers are on a power play, and they got the best power play in the league, so... Do we want to bet a shot on them scoring? No, we're not.
No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. No.
That would have been fun though.
They have the Oilers have number 97, and he's pretty good. So.
Yeah, he's not too bad, and they got him in the one-timer spot right now. He's looking for goal number 65, which we're going to talk about here in a minute.
When you get the name Mick Jesus, you're pretty good.
You're probably alright.
You're probably alright. What do we got going on today?
So we will have a little hockey section, like I just mentioned. Also, we haven't talked about PSG in a long time.
Yes.
Thought it'd be a good time to mention them, since they got a big game coming up this weekend, and a little Champions League mentioned as well, since that was back underway this past week. It's baseball season, so we're going to keep a little theme going with baseball. A big record that could be broken tomorrow in baseball, by the way.
Oh, wow.
All right. Then a couple football notes before we get to, the biggest part of the show today, which is going to be the NBA and the playoffs and all that, because it's getting down to it. As we mentioned, Kings Warriors this weekend, starting on Saturday. Oh boy.
The basketball gods and sports gods have blessed this podcast.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
I've been on the ass end of this blessings, but nonetheless,
To this point, but
it's been a blessing.
it can always change.
I'm not going to get too into it, but it's just weird how this is happening. You know what I mean?
You know, it's funny. I think about it this way. When it comes to the Kings and Warriors, you only have to have 4 out of 7 good days rather than 1 good day.
Yes.
1 out of 1 good days.
Yeah. I mean, NFL playoffs, it's tough.
It's cutthroat.
It's tough. It's a tough scene. It's a tough scene. It's a really tough scene.
So, I give you a puncher's chance here.
It's nice because the Kings are going to have, like you said, they're going to have more than 1 game in the playoffs.
Right. Yeah.
So it's cool.
Yeah, you could sweat potentially 7 times. Hopefully less in your case if they wrap it up.
Hopefully it's 4.
Right.
If it's 7,
then it'll be 4, and then it'll be another 4 or so.
Yeah.
Right.
But like I said, I want them to win 1 series. That's why I don't expect too much because this team is young, and they probably have exceeded expectations.
Oh, 100%
for this year.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt.
I think nothing that unless they somehow got to like the conference finals, nothing from here on out could really trump what they've done or take away from what they've done.
Yeah, exactly. But we will get to that talk more in just a few minutes, so stay tuned.
So hockey, we are, like Gage said, watching the Sharks and the Oilers. This is game 82 of 82 this season.
Sad.
The Sharks.
Sad. I wanted Sharks playoff hockey. I knew it wasn't going to happen probably halfway through the year. It's just playoff hockey, and hockey for me is a sport. Out of all the sports I root for, maybe besides PSG, and I don't really watch them as much as I watch Sharks.
Right.
But I love watching the Sharks in the playoffs.
Oh,
it's just
a
fun.
different energy.
The intensity's there. It just for some reason means more. I can't explain it. But it does.
I think because of the pace of the game and like the physicality of it being there as well, I think it's unmatched in the playoffs as far as any other sport goes.
Yeah.
Obviously football's intense too because it's one game, when you move on, losing you're out kind of thing.
Yeah.
More cutthroat, but hockey playoffs are fucking intense.
and then, I know baseball and basketball have series, but the longer a series goes in hockey,
oof, the more
it's just like it's like a 15-round boxing match.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's blood, it's cut, it's everything.
Right. I think that the one thing that hockey has an advantage in is that in a way, it's a lower scoring game than most other sports that we watch. So every goal is huge in the playoffs. Like when you hear a crowd after a goal in the playoffs, it's like, you can't compare it to any other crowd. You really can't. So yeah.
Well, maybe in American sports. I guess this is Canada's obviously in this
North
team.
American sports.
I mean, like after going to a European soccer game, it's different.
Sure, yeah.
But I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like I know when we went to the Sharks game and they scored the goal, and this was
the first period,
like a month ago, we freaked out.
Oh yeah, and it's just a pretty regular ass game
because points are at a premium.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, nonetheless, we're kind of watching. We're not watching history as of right now, but we're watching some guys who've had some historic seasons. We're going to talk about that in a second, but first, the Boston Bruins this past week broke the wins and points record in NHL history. Today, they got their 65th win and brought them up to 135 points, which is most all-time in both those categories for a team.
They got 65 wins now.
65 wins.
And the record that they broke was
62, so they beat it pretty handily. And the points, they beat it by 3 over Montreal, who had 132 back in the 70s. So yeah, I mean, we talked about this about a month ago and how we feel like having a great season in hockey is not really a great thing because we saw the Lightning.
Look what happened to Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa and even the Panthers. I believe it was last year that they had a great season and fell short in the playoffs. But yeah, it's always cool to see history, right?
Well, and if you look at the history of at least the 4 major sports in the United States, you have the Patriots that went 17-0.
Yep.
Did win the Super Bowl. You have your Warriors that went 73-9, lost in Game 7.
Right. Yeah, we've seen that happen.
You have the Seattle Mariners.
116.
And they didn't make it to the the championship game or championship round, did they?
Yeah, no, they think they lost in the first round. Yeah.
Oh wow, first round. Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah.
So it's not a guarantee. Like the Bruins, clearly they had arguably the greatest season ever as a team.
Right.
You could say the Canadians, like we were talking about earlier, might have had a better one because they did in a shorter amount of games.
Sure. Right.
But it's not a guarantee that the Bruins are going to win the Stanley Cup.
And hockey, to me, is the toughest championship to win because it's just there's so many variables within each game. You can be great over regular season games when you got the better teams, but when it comes to the playoffs and it's best of the best, bad bounces can really change a game.
You think it's harder than baseball?
I believe so. I mean, they're similar in that there's more variables that go into each game, but yeah, I think hockey provides the biggest, just the toughest one to win, for sure.
So Bruins, good luck to them. Boston sports fans as it is,
never really root for them.
They're spoiled. They always have been since probably the '60s.
Yeah, Celtics, of course. The Red Sox in recent years. Bruins won the Stanley Cup in 2011, I think.
Oh, okay.
So they've got one in somewhat recent history.
Nonetheless, it's an incredible feat by the team.
Right, no doubt. No doubt.
Can't really hate on that part.
We didn't even mention the Patriots. Fuck those guys. They got all of it.
Yeah, that's true.
So aside from the Bruins, Connor McDavid, who plays for the Oilers, who the Sharks are playing right now, coming into today, obviously this is the last game. Coming into today, he's got 64 goals and 152 points. Mentioned he was going after Ovechkin's 65 record over the last 25 years, give or take.
Yeah.
Same with the points. He's not going to get Lemieux. Lemieux's number was 161 back in 95-96, but he's by far the most between that span.
How is Wayne Gretzky not the leader in both of these records?
Well, I'm saying this is the most since that year. Wayne Gretzky has the single season points record.
Oh, okay.
And goals record. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
yeah.
okay.
But he did that stuff back in the 80s.
Oh, gotcha. So,
but
geez, he did.
Yeah. but McDavid, he's breaking records from certain points because the game is it's really hard, especially in any sport really to compare eras, but especially in hockey because the game has changed philosophically so much since the 70s, 80s when scoring was way up.
Yeah.
And even into the 90s. But yeah, McDavid's having a historic season, no doubt.
Connor McDavid, future Shark.
No, not a chance. Unless he's a bum in his 30s. But he does have at least one assist tonight and no goals. I would love to see him pass Ovechkin's number.
Still got 8 minutes.
Yeah, he's got 8 minutes. It's 4-2 Oilers. Maybe get an empty netter just for shits and giggles.
They want to give it to him too. You can tell.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Sharks.
The Oilers, that is.
Right.
The Sharks ain't giving him shit.
Right.
I hope not.
Well, the Sharks have been one of the worst defensive teams all year. Also, on the other side, for our Sharks, one silver lining of the season, Erik Karlsson had the first 100-point season by a defenseman since 91-92, when I believe Brian Leetch did it. So, yeah, one thing to take away from this year.
Hey, Karlsson's getting that territory where if I'm thinking about getting a jersey, I think I'd get a Karlsson jersey.
Yeah, the thing is, the reason why I wouldn't go that route is that ever since he showed up, the Sharks have gone downhill.
Okay.
For one. And two, there's a very decent chance in the next year or two that he gets traded.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, we got the wave going in Edmonton.
Yeah, we don't do waves in the Bay Area. It's not what we
try not to.
Try not to.
Also, in Edmonton, maybe the worst goal horn of all time.
I can't say I know what it sounds like.
You probably don't, but it's high-pitched and fucking obnoxious. It makes it... I think it's strategic in that it really is obnoxious to the opposing team when they hear it, and they're like, don't let me do that again. But yeah, Karlsson, another 100-point season, hell of a year. I don't think he has any points tonight out of the 2 goals, but...
Congrats. That's
yeah.
Great.
No doubt.
We also forgot to mention that we have another dog
yeah, right.
with us.
Second week in a row.
Second week in a row.
Figgy's hanging out.
Shout out to Slinky. But yes, we have Figgy with us.
She's hanging tight.
She's just just crawled in her bed.
Just hunkered down.
Probably tired of us talking.
Right.
Sorry if we get another probably 40 minutes of us talking.
At least.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, she's over it. But she had a good day. We went for a little walk downtown.
There you go.
Got her some exercise. So that's the first sport that no one cares about that we got out of the way. Next is soccer. I started, least important to most important.
There we go.
Yeah.
So just if you're listening to us, skip through.
No. Listen, you love this. Big soccer. I know we got a bunch of soccer fans listening to us.
Yeah.
So PSG, back in the win column
Yes.
after losing back-to-back games.
Let's go.
They beat Nice 2-0 on Saturday.
Are you talking about OG Nice?
OG Nice, that's right. Fucking amazing team name. I wonder if French people even realize what's going on there.
Do French people realize I'm a fucking idiot? Yeah, probably.
But you're not the first person to think of that, I guarantee it.
No, probably not. You can't. I can't.
OG
Be. I can't be.
No, there's no way. Anyways, yeah, they beat OG Nice. Holding a 6-point lead in League One over Lens, who they played this Saturday, who they lost to 3-1 on New Year's Day. So we need some revenge on Lens.
New Year's Day shout out to you two.
Yes. We don't want to think about what happened on New Year's Day. We want to bounce back from that. Start a nice little win streak. Get a nice little lead in the standings and get another League One title. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And Champions League was back this week. Quarterfinals, first leg results. Man City 3-0 over Bayern. Fuck those guys,
Dude,
right?
Bayern, it's on site.
Oh, it's on site.
It's on site on Bayern.
They ruined our trip. Well, they didn't ruin it, but they didn't. They made it not as nice as it could have been.
They didn't make it as OG nice as it could have been. But for real, the Bayern, I don't fuck with you. Sorry.
Yeah, fuck them.
Shout out Big Sean.
Inter Milan 2-0 over Benfica. AC Milan 1-0 over Napoli
Like
and
Napoli.
Right. And yeah, fucking Italian.
Yes.
And Real Madrid 2-0 over Chelsea. Who thought that was coming? Probably so.
How many Chelsea fans have named their daughter Chelsea?
I wonder if that's a popular name in the UK. It's got to be, right?
Yeah, because the soccer team, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Of course, they lost because Christian Pulisic didn't play. They're fucking up.
That's the United States Golden Boy.
Yes, absolutely. Second leg matches of the quarterfinals are going to be next week.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of 2-3 goal deficits to come back from here. I think the Bayern situation is a little interesting. Man City's fucking nice.
OG nice.
They're OG nice. Yeah. So that's soccer. Nice and quick and
Nice
clean.
and quick.
Yeah. Baseball.
Okay.
Talking records. We've already been talking about records in hockey. We're gonna move on to records in baseball. The Rays today, they beat the Red Sox, swept them in 4 games, and they have now tied the record for the longest winning streak to begin a season with 13 wins. They're 13-0.
13-0 to start a season.
2 other teams did this: the 1982 Braves and the 87 Brewers.
13-0. It's a substantial number. I guess I would expect a team to win more games in a row than this to start a season.
Well, it's tough to be like on your game just right out the gate, which is why I'm not terribly shocked that 13 is the number. I mean, winning 13 in any season at any point is tough in baseball.
In a row.
In baseball, for sure.
Because how many did the A's win? Like 25 in a row, 26 in a row?
Yeah, it was somewhere in the 20s, and then the Indians, now
the
Guardians, did the 26, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, those streaks are freaking ridiculous too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it makes a little more sense to do something like this in the middle of the year because you're just in the flow.
You're in the flow. Yeah.
Doing it right out the gate, like that's tough to have everything clicking right away.
The Tampa Bay Rays are shutting us up because I don't think we had them making the playoffs.
I know. I was thinking that too. I was like,
ouch.
I'm already dead wrong.
I was not only talking shit about their season, but I was talking shit about the banners that they hang up too. So my bad,
Yeah.
Tampa. You're putting me.
Ooh, Oilers just scored. Who was it?
In my place, real quick.
Not Kane.
Evander Kane, former Shark with the goal for the Oilers. That hurts.
Not what we want to see.
That hurts.
Yeah, I heard something about there was another team that I think they won their first 11 games of the season. Later in that year, had a 12-game losing streak, and they did not make the playoffs.
Wow.
So, it's not set in stone that they're going, right?
So you're rooting for an 11-game losing streak for
Nah, I don't have anything against the Rays. I felt like this year might not be their year, but
okay.
as of right now,
As of right now, it is.
Very wrong.
As of right now, they are the best record in the league.
Yeah. Also saw this stat that they're the first team since 1884. Think about that, 1884.
Isn't that a show?
Is it? It might be.
It's a Yellowstone show. I think,
Is it?
right?
Oh, like one of those spinoffs?
Or
kind of sequel-y type?
or a prequel type thing. Yeah.
Anyways. Apparently in 1884, the mounds were only like 50 feet from the plate. Now they're 60 foot 6 inches.
Yeah.
So this is a pretty much different game they're playing in 1884. First team since 1884 with a plus 50 run differential through the first 9 games.
Well, you said how long was the?
50 feet away.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 80. I was like, what the fuck?
No, 50.
Okay.
So much shorter. So they were playing like a very different game at that point.
Wow.
That's like what it is in Little League. I think Little League's like 45 or something. The only thing though about this team, their opponents thus far, Detroit, Washington, Oakland, and Boston.
I'm going to take a guess that they are not doing well so far this season.
No, and they all were projected like last place teams in their divisions coming into the season. So
Okay.
they play the Blue Jays in a 3-game series this weekend. I think they'll be tested. I almost guarantee that they lose at least one of those games.
You would think they're going to lose one eventually.
Right.
They have to.
I hope they do win tomorrow. I think it'd be cool to see them break the record.
Break the record. Yeah.
But I think Toronto's a very good team. Team that I had going to the championship series in my predictions.
Okay.
So yeah, I think a loss is upcoming for the Royals.
Let's see where I had the Blue Jays. Do I have them going anywhere?
Pretty sure you have them in the playoffs.
I do have them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I had them in the 4 seed. I think I had them losing to Seattle in the first round.
Sounds a bit right.
Yeah.
Also, now we can finally talk about the fact that we went to the Giants home opener.
And it was fucking phenomenal.
That was a great game.
It was a great game.
Or a great day. Sorry,
great
great day.
it was. The
We weren't
the
in-
game wasn't great.
Thinking about it, we weren't even really there for the game. We were there to have an experience, but we were more there to
Conversation.
for the camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
I love your dad for putting that together. That was awesome.
He treated us very well.
Yeah, treated us for sure.
Dad, I love you to death. And we left here about 9:30.
Yep.
JoJo was pretty much on time. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. We got to my dad's house. We got there at 9:47, and what did I say? I was like, we're gonna show up 2 minutes late. He's gonna say, "Oh, you guys show up 2 minutes late." He pretty much said that. No, my dad.
He wasn't too bad about that.
His girlfriend Mandy drove us to. No, actually, he drove her car with her in it to the ferry building.
Right.
And then drop us off. And I was expecting the lines for this place at the ferry building to be ridiculously long, and it wasn't
No, it wasn't bad at all.
at all. And we were able.
we got there
at
in a timely manner,
at 10
and which was an hour before.
because we wanted to
takeoff.
get the 11-hour ferry
Right.
or 11 o'clock ferry. Took the ferry there. We originally got on, and someone had told you guys that there was no booze. There was no bartender.
No bartender, which was fucking stupid.
And so we sat there for probably a good 30 minutes, and then my dad was like, "You know what? I'm gonna try to go back down."
Yeah, just check it out.
check
Which
out
was a
what's
good
going
thing
on,"
you did.
Which was a good thing because we were able to get booze. You guys sat in a long line for it. And JoJo and I were sitting there thinking, like, where the hell are these guys? They lost. And of course, by the time we got our cocktails, it's like we had to pound them because we were
We were like about
getting to the pier.
8 minutes away. It was cool though.
Yeah, it was nice. We took the walk down from.
Also, I had to tell you this, but your dad was about to order doubles, and I'm like, no, singles, because we're right there.
My dad's a doubles man.
Which I wouldn't have blamed him because it's usually better to do, but no.
Walked down to the high dive, had our drinks. We just got one drink there, right?
Mm-hmm. Got a roadie.
Got a roadie. Got to the game on time. We got there by 12:40. We probably got to our seats at 12:45.
Yeah, between 12:45 and 1. Yeah, we were there in plenty of time. It was a great time.
Yeah.
Your dad was having himself a day.
He had a good time.
JoJo. All of us had a great time.
We had a great time.
Yeah, it was good.
JoJo's not much of a drinker. So it's funny seeing him that way. And I remember when we went back up and got some of the hazy IPAs, we brought it back down. And he took a sip and he's like, "Is this a fucking IPA?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro, put some hair on your chest. Come on."
That was an easy drinking IPA though.
It was.
Let's be real.
And it was a hazy, which I'm not
huge on them.
but I've always said I could have like one or two, but after that, not so much.
I think but palate wise, it's easier to get down than just a regular IPA because they're a little less bitter because of the citrus.
We went to the dugout store before the game started. My dad likes to try to go to the dugout store, buy everybody something, and he bought JoJo this really nice starter jacket, but it looked like a flannel.
Yeah, the flannel thing. That thing was sweet
with the hood. And honestly, I didn't need any kind of jackets. We both looked at hats. I didn't.
I love that he was so insistent on buying me something. I was like, I'm not gonna make you buy me something if it's not.
Exactly.
If I don't like it.
Yeah, and I think he respected that. And I said the same thing. I'm like, listen, I tried to look for like a trucker style Giants hat, like the one I have, and I just couldn't find one that fit. I didn't want a fitted hat. I'm wearing one right now, but I don't really have a problem with fitted hats.
I'm a little over fitted hats. I used to like them, and I also wear one every now and then. But yeah, I'm with you.
I didn't really need anything at the time. Right. I know we'll probably do another game, and maybe find something
a little better,
something like that. And yeah, we had the $9 beers confirmed. They are at the Doggy Diners. We had some.
That's right.
We had some nachos. I had a glizzy. I think JoJo got garlic fries.
Yep.
My dad got kettle corn. Just the baseball.
Just
stuff.
Classic ballpark day.
It was a good day.
Yeah. Pretty nice seats too down the left field line.
Oh yeah.
Under the overhang.
We were underneath the overhang,
which was probably a good thing. I guess.
I don't mind being under the overhang. I think it's kind of cool. You don't get the full view.
Yeah, that's the only downside of the overhang is it doesn't make you feel like you're really part of the action on the field, but it was still a great feel.
And the day, following up, the day, the weather was.
Oh, it didn't turn out to be that bad at all.
No, but in the morning it was kind of it was like lightly sprinkling.
Yeah, a little misty.
And so if it were to have rained at the game, we would have been fine.
Right. Yeah.
So it was. I was happy with it because the weather possibly would have been bad. It wasn't, and we still had a great time. I mean, we didn't walk around at all.
No, but we were pretty much stationary
the whole time. I went to go say hi to Hannah because she was there too.
Right.
Shout out. And yeah, it was really nice. I'd never been to I don't think I've ever been, maybe since I was a kid, gone to a Giants first game of the season at home, like a home opener.
Right. 2 years in a row for me.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
No, it's always fun, like getting the first game and kind of getting those like anxious vibes of the fans and the team.
Great turnout. I guarantee it was a sellout. There's a lot of people.
I think it was probably a recorded sellout. I felt like I saw definitely some empty seats, but that's expected this day in baseball. You're not going to get full on sellouts.
I'm going to tell people right now the games are shorter.
Oh yeah,
you can tell
they're
quicker. No doubt about that.
That game wasn't like crazy fast. It was probably about 2 hours and 45 minutes, I think. Yeah. But yeah, overall, the games are definitely moving by, which I'm not offended by it whatsoever.
Yeah, it was a really good day.
Unfortunately, the Giants did lose 3-1.
They've lost.
Yeah. Only went 2-4 on the homestand. Lost 2 out of 3 to the Dodgers, of course, over the week.
Max Muncy is apparently Barry Bonds at Oracle Park.
Right.
Did you see that he did like a post-game interview with somebody, or maybe it was like the next day? He says that he's like, I really hate Oracle Park.
Really?
He's like I know I hit well there, but I feel like I don't see the ball well. It's cold and all.
Don't see the ball well, and you fucking crush balls all the time. That's just.
I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
That's crazy.
But it's just and I don't know if he's trolling the Giants. He might be. I mean, if that's the case, that's next level trolling that I appreciate because I do love trolling more than anybody.
Right.
I think it's just kind of like I think that's kind of a salt in the wound for Giants fans. Like, yeah, you know what? I come in here and I crush. Sorry about it.
And I hate your park.
Yeah, and I don't like your park, and I hit the best out of anybody besides Barry Bonds ever in this park.
Right. Yeah, he really took it to the Giants this week. No doubt about it.
Not good. Not good.
Also, I didn't realize this. I mean, maybe I did, but it came back to my attention that coming into this series, the Dodgers had beaten the Giants 13 out of the last 14 times they played.
Yeah.
and took another 2 out of 3, so it's 15 out of 17
It's
now. That is tough scene in San Francisco.
it's not good.
Tough.
It's not good, my guy.
Tough scene.
It's not good, my guy. Also, hey, shout out to River Cats.
Yeah. Affiliate.
This is your former hat.
Yes, it is.
Your former hat that you donated to my work, and I saw it and I was like, you know what?
It's mine.
I was like, this is some of my bosses. I'm like, hey, I think my friend donated this, and I'm gonna take it because he would have given it to me.
Right.
And you know, it's I'm usually a 7 3/8, 7 5/8 guy. Is that what you are?
What is that? 7.5?
7.5, but it fits me.
Huh.
I mean, it's a little tight.
It got a little snug on me, and that's why I was like, yeah.
I think you can kind of tell there's the
lines.
the lines, but you know, it's not terrible.
Nice.
I like it.
I'm glad somebody's got it.
I had to go
Because I only wore it like twice.
I had to go full on sack.
Yeah, big sack guy over here.
I had to do it.
Basically, you have a big sack, is what you're saying.
No.
So yeah, Giants looking rough. Bullpen sucks. A lot of the team sucks.
Pitchers are throwing their hats and gloves away in the garbage.
Speaking of that, dude, Taylor Rogers is not off to a good start in his 10 years of Giant.
Hey, but at least Gabe Kapler is gorgeous, right? Right?
Yeah, right. That's what matters.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Like I said, Giants. It just smells like an 81-81 season.
Yeah.
Or were they 81 and 82 and 80?
81 and 80. Or 81 and 81 last year. Exactly 500.
Were they?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And they were projected to win, or their over-under for wins this year was 81 and a half. So, right there.
All right.
I got two interesting baseball notes. Bryce Harper is getting some work in at first base during his rehab from elbow surgery.
Wow.
In hopes to be able to return sooner than expected. So that's kind of interesting. I did also find it interesting that they decided the Phillies that is, decided not to put him on the 60-day injured list right out the gate. They just went with 15, giving him a chance to come back as soon as possible.
Do you think first base is what they want him to do from here on out permanently?
No, I think it's just because he had elbow surgery on his throwing arm. He's not going to be able to make throws from the outfield. And
What I was thinking is,
I'm guessing that they have a DH already set.
I was going to ask you is, you know, first base, there's a lesser chance of injury than it would be like in the outfield, probably.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't be like potentially crashing into walls or diving as often, probably. Also, I think the biggest thing is just the fact that he's not going to have to throw the ball at least very far.
Yeah.
You know, a 90-foot throw is about as far as he's going to have to make.
That's kind of cool. You know, it's a cool move. I don't mind it.
I respect Bryce for going with this too, because I think he wants to be out there, and you know, I'm kind of on the Bryce Harper train these days.
Wow. And he was already playing kind of hurt during the postseason last year.
Right, yeah, he pretty much just DH because he could not. He was delaying that surgery that he had over the offseason because, you know, to be able to play last year. So
Bryce Harper has douche tendencies.
Oh, for sure.
But he doesn't lack love for the game.
Oh yeah, he's super, you know, energetic and passionate, and you know, maybe sometimes takes it a little too far, but definitely respect that he cares about winning.
Yeah.
Also, Cardinals rookie outfielder Jordan Walker became the first player in the last 110 years. And this is my second stat from the ages, but first player in the last 110 years under the age of 21 to begin the season on a 10-plus game hit streak. He reached 11. I know he was 0 for 3 today, so I don't know if it ended or not, but
I did see this stat.
pretty impressive.
It is nice.
Looks like they might have a stud on their hands.
Oof. Giants missed out on another one. Nice.
And, you know, the Cardinals don't need more studs because they just pump them out left and right.
On to a little bit of football news. Odell Beckham Jr. signed a 1-year deal with the Ravens. What do you think? You know, especially with all this Lamar Jackson and the future of the team.
Right.
Business.
I definitely feel like they were trying to
entice him to stay.
Yeah, get, you know,
or show him like,
give him something.
Show him like, hey, we got this guy, and you know how this guy is.
Right.
Big name.
Apparently, him and OBJ got together or had some kind of.
I think they went to like a nightclub together.
Yeah, did something.
If I'm an owner of a team, not necessarily what I want to see from my star players,
right.
But hey, you know, people do things differently.
I also think I read that OBJ said it's not because of his signing. It's not imminent that Lamar is going to be back with the Ravens, but I do think there's a little something there. I don't know that Odell would have signed with the Ravens if there wasn't some hope that they'd have the right quarterback there.
If I'm Odell, I'm thinking to myself, can this guy even get me the ball?
Yeah, I mean, he's not necessarily known for his, prolific passing, right?
But I guess Odell, in his Rams days, he's only there for a year.
Yeah,
he was kind of a slot guy.
Yeah, he was the number 2, obviously, behind Cooper Kupp.
And I would say that's Lamar Jackson's strong suit is throwing it shorter, not throwing it totally down the field like OBJ's used to doing.
Yeah. I think it's I don't hate the pickup by the Ravens.
Yeah.
I think it is probably something that Lamar likes. I don't know how it really is going to go in leverage and contracts though.
Do I think this propels the Ravens to an AFC title game or a Super Bowl? No.
Yeah, I do feel like it really was to kind of say, hey Lamar, we're going to get you somebody.
Yeah.
So come back.
it's a sexy pickup.
Right. Yeah, I think that's it for sure. I also feel like if there was a team that he really should have gone to, it probably should have been the fucking Chiefs. Just take a 1-year deal, maybe for cheap-ish. I know he's getting a decent amount of money on this Ravens deal.
Get your second ring with the Chiefs, possibly.
Yeah, get a ring.
No,
possibly.
he already has a ring.
Or I mean, just saying,
get another ring.
Yeah, get another ring.
I almost had forgotten that.
Yeah.
And he was balling in that Super Bowl until he got hurt.
Right.
And I will give him that ring because
he was there. He played in the game.
He played in the game.
Yeah.
He played in the game.
I guess it would be one thing if he got hurt on the first play, but no, he played in the game.
Because what happened to him reminds me of what happened to Charles Woodson for the Packers, who got hurt in the Super Bowl against the Steelers. And I don't remember. I want to say that happened in the first half of that game, but he's still a Super Bowl champion.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%.
If you play with the team all season and you make it to the game and you happen to get hurt, however quickly it is, then he's still
right.
It's not like Carson Wentz getting hurt as an Eagle,
right,
and then getting a ring, but Nick Foles won the game.
Yeah, not playing any games.
I mean, he is a Super Bowl champion,
right?
But it's kind of like how Steve Young is a 3-time champion.
Yeah, is he really? He's really more like a 1-time champion, right? Yeah.
So, Dan Snyder has a deal in place to sell the Commanders for $6 billion. The previous record was the Broncos, who were sold last year for a little over $4.5 billion.
Fucking crazy, dude.
It's insane. You know what this tells me? What would the Cowboys go for?
I was thinking the same thing.
What would they, like?
The Cowboys would have to be in the $8 billion range.
Or I was thinking, maybe 10.
Maybe 10.
Or
yeah. I don't know what Forbes has them listed at, or even had Washington listed at beforehand, but yeah.
I imagine the Cowboys are worth more than the Commanders.
Oh, 100%. I mean, they're the most. Yeah, they're definitely highest in the NFL.
It really puts things in perspective. And I know money now is not like what money was.
Yeah, it's continually growing. Yeah,
it's $6 billion for the Commanders.
It's crazy.
Yeah, because the Commanders. They've won. I think they've won 3 Super Bowls in their history.
Yeah.
It was Joe Gibbs. I think he won 3 Super Bowls, 3 different starting quarterbacks.
But they've been a dumpster fire of a franchise for 20+ years. When's the last time they were legitimately good?
With RG3.
Yeah, but but did you think they were going to win the Super Bowl with RG3? I don't really feel like that.
No, because
I'm thinking about
his first couple of years.
Yeah, and that was really the only year that they were good, right? It was his rookie season.
But okay, so with the Commanders, the last time that they were really good, it was probably
in the 90s, right? It's probably been 30 years.
No, probably in the 80s, like when they last won the Super Bowl.
Was it 91 that they won, or 90?
I want to say it was. No, because 90 was the Giants beat the Bills in 90.
Okay. Well, I'm just thinking of the Doug Williams one. That was the most recent one.
Oh, was that?
I feel like that was in the 90s.
It might have been 91.
Yeah, 90 or 91. But regardless,
because I think the Bills lost all those Super Bowls to NFC East teams. I think
they might have been one of those.
I think it was Giants. Redskins, or Commanders, and then the Cowboys back to back.
Yeah. So we're talking 30 years since they've been relevant on the Super Bowl contention stage.
And they might have been good after that. I would imagine they were good after that last Super Bowl win for a couple of years. I'm sure playing against the Cowboys might have been tough in the division. I'm sure they were a good franchise for at least, I'll say, 4 or 5 years after that.
Right.
So it's been a long time.
But still, at least 25 years.
Because when they had RG3 and Alfred Morris, because they were both. Really
they only won 10 games that year. Though. Yeah. It wasn't like anyone thought they were going to.
And when they had Don McNabb, that was a joke.
No.
Yeah. Even because didn't Kirk Cousins pay for that?
Took him to one playoff year, but they lost first round.
No, they haven't been because when it comes to the Cowboys and the Commanders or Redskins, I think people would say historically the Cowboys and the Commanders are the biggest rivals in the NFC East.
Sure.
But to me, it's not the case anymore.
Right.
I just don't really know that rivalry.
Yeah.
To me, it's the Cowboys and the Eagles.
Yeah, it's behind us at this point.
Like when I think of, in my lifetime, how I think of the NFC East, I know the Giants won a couple of Super Bowls, and I guess the Eagles have too. But I think it's the Eagles, Giants, and then Commanders.
Right. Yeah, because the Giants and Cowboys were both good, kind of around those years that the Giants won the Super Bowls. But you're right.
When Romo and Eli.
Yeah, really, Washington hasn't been that relevant.
To me, it's the Cowboys and Philly, bar none in that division. When it comes to
I think I would agree with that.
In
modern times,
in modern times, as
I would agree with that.
Rivals. I think I heard today on the radio that Dan Snyder bought the team for $700 million.
Jesus Christ!
So that is a
nice investment.
That's what you call a profit, my friend. Yeah. That's what you call a major profit.
Very nice investment.
This man was already rich, but his kids will probably never have to work a day in their lives.
Yeah.
This dude's a piece, though.
Yeah, that's the thing I was thinking.
Piece of shit. Like, I know the NFL and their owners are probably happy that he is going to be gone soon.
Right.
If this goes through, because I don't think it has gone through.
Here's the thing, though, is like they probably don't really care that much because I bet half the owners are, I wouldn't say as shitty as Dan Snyder, but probably not great people. Probably. They're just all rich bastards, if you're being real.
And one of the main buyers of the Commanders also owns another team, but I can't remember.
In the NFL?
No, I think it's
or like another sports.
I can't remember what team it is, but I know it's another person who has a lot of money. Obviously, a lot of money as well.
Yeah, what was the name I saw? It was like Josh Morris or not? I'm probably wrong on that, but yeah. But anyways, yeah. I saw a name today. I didn't find it to be relevant, but yeah. Yeah, big money that the NFL pumps out, man.
It's insane. It just rules. It like who really owns Sundays? Is it God or the NFL? Seriously,
it's definitely not God anymore.
Like the NFL is just massive.
It's the NFL for sure, and they only own it for, 5.5 months of the year, and they still own it.
It rules everything.
Yeah,
I don't know where it started. Clearly for me, it's my favorite sport to watch, and the one that I'm invested in the most by far.
Yeah.
And for you, I'd say.
I love all my sports. I don't.
Like to me, you're a baseball Giants guy, but I know you love your Niners.
Yeah, I love all my teams.
It's just
they're all like my kids. I can't.
It's insane. It's why we can't not talk about the NFL. Did we do last week?
No, I don't think we did.
So that was probably the first time in about 12 months.
Do you want to talk about how Aaron Rodgers is not a Jet yet? No, we'll see.
No, we don't want to talk about that. I'm cool off that.
I'm really just going to do this. Bear with us, video audience. Figgy's doing good over there.
She's nice. She's doing nice.
You'd be proud of her, Mom and Dad.
Yes, you would.
Been a real good girl this week.
I hope you're not watching us in Costa Rica. Wait till you get back.
No, they will definitely be waiting until they get back.
Yes, I hope so.
I'm sure there's a plenty of events on the slate. All right, is it time?
It's yes.
Talk about NBA playoffs. It's here.
NBA
is
playoffs,
it here,
baby? It's here. Hey, it's here. My beer bottle's in the way, but it is here, baby. This jersey right here, I told you this before. It's fucking fresh.
Yeah.
It is fresh.
It's not stitched, but it's still pretty clean.
Do they sell these ones stitched? Like actually stitched?
I don't know. I want to say maybe not this version that they had last year, but they might do like the regular ones. But they're like $300 now to get a stitched legit jersey off NBA.com.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And this, for the people who aren't watching, it's kind of like the Wilt Chamberlain Day look.
Yeah, they did a little throwback. When they had this look, though, it said
San Francisco.
It said San Francisco or Philadelphia at the time too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's clean for sure.
But I do like that they went Warriors. Nice. I wish the Warriors would actually incorporate a little red back into the uniform. I think it looks clean, even if it's just like the stripe on the side. Yeah.
Mine's actually stitched, but it's not great. It's an Adidas jersey, so that's it goes to show
nice little
how old this is.
Yeah. Got the Nike over here.
It's nice. It's nice.
Did you watch any of the play-in? We watched a little play-in last night, right?
Yeah, I watched that abomination of a Laker game.
That game was tight, at least.
UGLY.
But the
ain't
fourth
got
quarter-
no alibi. It was fucking ugly.
The fourth quarter
It
was
bad.
really rough on the eyeballs, for sure.
Anthony Davis, let him shoot the ball.
He's lucky.
Let him shoot the ball.
He's lucky they won.
You know what he was trying to do right there? He was trying to pull a. Ooh, I'm gonna really pull one out of here right now. He's trying to pull a Game 6 Chris Bosh block over Danny Green in the finals.
Okay.
You like that one? You like that one? I think that's what he was trying to do. Can you imagine if Chris Bosh would have fouled Danny Green on that play? Because it was almost
Cut the throat.
It's almost.
It's a similar play, yeah.
Similar
Very
play.
similar play, yeah.
I'm just saying that's what AD was trying to do.
Yeah. Wasn't Chris Bosh closing out on Ray Allen when he no, wrong team.
There we go.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Who was closing out
Nobody.
on that one? Tim
I
Duncan,
think
maybe? Or
I think it was Tony Parker.
Tony Parker?
Tony Parker. One of the best shots ever. I was at a
Very iconic.
I was at a Giants game and I didn't see it.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, I was at the game. They weren't showing it on the screen. I remember they showed, and I think I've actually mentioned this before. They showed the score, and it was like, Heat or Spurs were up, and everyone was cheering because the Heat were losing in the finals.
Right.
And then
Because it was going to be over, right?
yeah, and then 5 minutes later, they're like, "Oh, I think it's going to overtime." And
Yeah.
the Heat won. And I'll never forget that. I remember I was at a Giants game. I was not able to watch that game.
It's funny because I'm almost positive I watched it live, but I guess it took like the aftermath to really realize the magnitude of that shot.
They had the yellow rope.
Oh, they were ready. Yeah.
Wait, I mean, they probably had the champagne on ice, the locker rooms covered, and the trophy was not far away.
Right. Man, that's tough.
Like you can see it if you look at the replay. You can see the ropes on the baseline.
Yeah. I definitely remember Game 7 and like LeBron just kind of took over the fourth quarter. But yeah, that shot was fucking.
It was massive. That shot right there made Tim Duncan have one finals loss. Put that in perspective. He would have been 6-0.
Yeah, that is a good point.
He'd been up there. I mean, I don't think people would be like, "Oh, he's better than Michael Jordan," but they'd be like, "Dude, he went 6 for 6."
Because that was going to be number 5 though, right?
Yeah, because
they would
beat
win
the
got him a
finals.
couple of years later, or
It'd
the
be
year later.
The next year, yeah.
The next year. Now, it's tough. I mean, do you think that he would say getting revenge was better than just being 5-0? Maybe they don't even go to the finals the following year. I know I'm just throwing that out there, kind of random, but
I mean, for me, being a clearly not professional basketball player, I would say I don't want to lose any.
right. Yeah, you never want to lose.
I would take winning that one rather than the revenge winning the next year but losing the one prior.
Had to feel sweet though to get it.
Oh yeah,
the next year.
and they blew them out of the water.
The
Spurs played a completely different game than everybody else. That
right,
year.
right. That was so weird though that they just went in there and owned the Heat. I mean,
they owned them.
Yeah, the Heat.
It was like Greg Popovich came in and was like, you know what, we have to play this type of style basketball.
And they just went out and did it.
They did it. They destroyed it.
Because
I think it was 5 games, 6 games.
I want to say 6, but probably like an easy 6.
Yeah,
it might have been 5. I don't feel like looking it up, but it might have been 5.
Yeah.
If you're listening, check it out.
We'll check it out right now.
But yeah, it's crazy to think that a team with LeBron. I know D Wade was like sort of fading at that point of his career.
They won it in 5.
It was a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, D Wade was kind of fading at that point of his career. Obviously, Bosh was still good, but Bosh was definitely like the clear-cut third best player on the team.
Yeah.
There's no question about it. But yeah, it's just crazy to think that team that seemed so stacked just kind of got rolled.
Yeah.
And that was Kawhi won Finals MVP that year, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That was the birth of Kawhi.
Yeah.
Should we get down to business?
Yes, we should.
All right. So yeah, they 7-8 games on Tuesday. Hawks surprisingly beat the Heat pretty easily, 116-105. Lakers beat the Wolves in overtime, 108-102. And then yesterday we watched the end of that Thunder Pelicans game. Thunder, both the road games actually, or road teams won this game.
Big shout out to Sal.
Yeah.
His Thunder.
Thunder won.
He was rocking his West Brick jersey and everything. We weren't with him, but he sent us a picture.
Yep.
We have a pretty good group chat with him that we, keep current.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't help but think about Sal when I think of the Thunder. So
Right.
it's a nice win.
Yeah, so Thunder beat the Pelicans 123-118. That was a pretty good finish to the game. Also, the Bulls came back on the Raptors in their building to win 109-105 when they were down by 20, I believe, at one point. I want to say even in the third quarter, they were down by about 20.
You think the Raptors miss Kawhi Leonard at all?
Probably a little bit.
A little bit.
Also, the Raptors missed 18 free throws in this game.
Did you see DeMar DeRozan's
Daughter being obnoxious?
Screaming?
Yeah.
And they missed. I mean, you know.
I almost feel like
They should.
someone should say something. That's a little excessive.
So I heard about this. I didn't know about it until I think last night or today. It wouldn't surprise me from here on out, maybe for these playoffs. Let's say the Bulls make it past
Yeah.
the Raptors or make it past the Heat
Right.
tomorrow. And I think DeMar DeRozan already said she wasn't going to be there because she has school and all that.
Right.
But if anybody tries this, it wouldn't surprise me if the NBA.
Oh, an usher's got to be like, yo, you got to shut up or you got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what if nobody around that person complains? And they could. I mean, yeah,
it's
they could
true. Yeah.
But if no one's
If-
complaining,
Personally, if I paid for seats that were as good as where she was sitting and she was doing that, I'd be like, you got to shut the fuck up.
yeah.
I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
That's.
Well,
eerie.
I mean, if you're a Raptors fan, you're like, dude, this
especially
girl
in your building too.
has to stop.
Yeah.
This girl.
I
Has
can't
to
believe
stop.
no one said something.
If you're a Bulls fan, you're thinking to yourself, keep it going.
Right.
We need this.
Obviously, yeah.
I guess it depends, but generally speaking, it wouldn't surprise me if the NBA from here on out said that you got
Right. Absolutely. I would like to think that DeMar is probably smart enough to be like, honey, if you're gonna come to a game again, you can't do that. Like that's.
Like he probably said, thanks. You might have helped us a little
Right.
bit, make her feel better.
I just don't feel like it's really in the spirit of the game to do shit like that. I don't know.
It was just weird to hear it.
Yeah, because you could hear it and you're like, what is that at first? And
Yeah.
then when they said that was his daughter screaming, I'm like, oh my lord, that's wild.
But on the other hand, if you're not yelling obscenities or doing like middle
Yeah.
fingers, like how are you gonna tell somebody who has that kind of seat and clearly she didn't pay for it, but her dad's on the
Yeah.
team? How are you gonna tell somebody to be quiet at a game? Because it's more of like a scream for bloody murder type scream.
Right. Yeah, a little bit.
Like it's almost like someone's like trying to like the kind of scream that she does, like she's getting hurt.
What if someone's like able to even like sneak in a whistle into the game, and they're blowing that and they're letting?
Well, they would cut that real quick.
Right, but I mean that's
But
almost the
that's-
same thing. That's
Almost,
damn near,
it
right?
almost is, yeah. Maybe they figure, hey, her voice is gonna go out eventually. Right? It has to. Because whistles, they're not gonna go out unless they don't got the lung capacity.
Right.
Screaming, your throat's gonna eventually get lost.
It's gonna get roasted for sure.
It's tough.
It's
tough,
tough,
like let people
I'm not a fan of it.
let
personally.
people yell because they they're there, as long as they're not saying anything bad, which she wasn't.
Yeah, but just like
But it's also annoying.
the high pitchedness of it just was I don't know.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I didn't feel like it was a good look. But whatever.
Yeah.
Bulls won. They're gonna get to play the Heat tomorrow for the 8th seed in Miami, and then Thunder will be at Minnesota.
Who do you got in
T
these
Wolves. I like the home teams. Rudy Gobert is going to be back, which I want to just make fun of Rudy Gobert for a little bit.
Okay, go for it.
While we're
Go
here
for it.
for punching Kyle Anderson. Rudy's just been a menace ever since COVID. He pretty much ended the basketball season in 2020.
It was gonna, yeah. I mean, it was gonna end anyways.
It
but,
was, you're right, but I'm still going to put the blame on him.
Can you believe that was like 3 years ago?
It is crazy that we're that far and it's still a topic of conversation.
Yeah.
But I'm just not a big Rudy Gobert fan.
He's good at one thing, and I think in today's NBA you have to be good at multiple things.
I think he's a valuable asset on a team, but I don't know. He's not worth like a max contract, which is what I believe he's getting.
Yeah.
What about you? Who do you like tomorrow?
I'm picking the Heat over the Bulls, and I'm actually picking the Thunder over the Timberwolves.
I wouldn't be surprised if
Am I
either of the road teams won.
Am I being a homer for Sal? I am.
Fair enough. It would not shock me to see the road teams win, just because this basketball season's been pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'd like
And
to see.
unpredictable.
I'd like to see the young Thunder team kind of play with house money and just go in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Not expecting much. but causing some ruckus.
Yeah, Shea Gilgeous is awesome. Josh Giddey had a huge game yesterday.
Josh Giddey's nice.
He is nice.
He's nice.
Okay, so we are going to do a little recap of our pre-season NBA predictions, right?
Yes.
Are you prepared, my friend?
I'm there. I'm ready. So
how well do you think you did? I know you already checked it out, but
for each team in the seeding, not well, but when it comes to all 20 teams, I only missed 2.
yeah, I think we both like overall did pretty well. I mean, basketball may be one of the easier ones to predict, but it's still not easy overall. Like getting the seeds dialed in.
Yeah,
and this was a pretty. I feel like there were some teams that were underwhelming this year for sure. That we expected to be better.
In the Western Conference, for me, I didn't have the Thunder. The team that I had instead of them, in a sense, is the Mavericks. Ouch!
Right,
Ouch on my part. I had them as a 5 seed.
I also missed on both those.
Yeah. The only team that I hit on the nose, and on the nose meaning that I got their seeding right, was the Pelicans at 9.
Really? Okay. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. I had Pelicans at 8, so I don't feel too bad about that one. I had Lakers at 9 and put them at, but they finished 7, obviously.
I had Lakers at 8. I mean,
yeah.
It's all. I'm pretty
close.
It's all different. Eastern Conference, I actually had 3 teams on the nose. I had the Bucks as the 1 seed. I had the Hawks as the 8 seed, and the Raptors as the 9 seed.
Oh, nice. I actually had the Raptors as the 9 seed too. I kind of forgot about that one.
I only missed 1 team. That's the Knicks. I had the Hornets making the 10 seed. Ouch.
I'm saying I did not have the Knicks in. I did have the Hornets in as the 10. Knicks were definitely one of those big surprise teams, being number 5 in the East. Yeah, I nailed Milwaukee as well. I got Philly at 3.
Nice. I had Philly at 2.
Boston, I put them at 4. They were 2. I don't feel too bad about that one. Actually, I nailed Brooklyn at 6.
I had Brooklyn at 5.
They're obviously a very different team than they were when they started, so I can't really take too much credit for that, but it worked out. What else? Yeah, Toronto at 9. On the West, I had Denver and Memphis both 1 and 2, so I nailed that. I actually had Phoenix and the Clippers at 4 and 5. Phoenix, obviously, a very different team than we expected to see as well. So
I had the Nuggets at 6. I mean that's pretty bad. They're 1.
I think
I had the Suns as the 1 seed.
My guess is that maybe you were kind of forgetting that Michael Porter and Jamal Murray missed most of last season.
Yeah, it's probably a good call.
Yeah, because I had a feeling they were going to be back with that full squad, and being that they haven't really won anything meaningful, I felt like they would try to get the 1 seed, as good as they are.
The one thing I'm most proud about is I specifically put teams last year from the previous year that are making it were the Jazz and the Spurs, and they weren't good.
Yeah.
I'm happy about that.
I put Jazz. I mean, I did actually all 15 on both sides. I put the Jazz last. They were much better than that.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah. No, the Jazz, I mean, we kind of knew the Jazz were trying to tank.
And, of course,
the Kings.
I had the Kings. I had them at the 10 seed, and I somehow undersold them
by
a lot more than I ever thought I could have. Because I remember when we were talking about it, you're like, oh, you have the Kings in there.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I even admitted it back then. I'm the homer pick.
Right.
Homer pick.
For sure.
And, hey.
As much as I wanted to put him in there, I just didn't feel like they were ready yet. I was a little disturbed personally by them trading away Halliburton last year, but hey, it's worked out. The bonus has been awesome.
It's worked out.
The bonus has been really good.
It's definitely worked out.
Yeah, so, and then who'd you have in the conference finals and finals?
I had the Warriors versus the Clippers in the West.
And we both had that.
And I had the Bucks versus Celtics in the East.
Celtics, yeah. I went Heat for some reason. They definitely disappointed me this year.
I'm feeling good because I know your Warriors have had a, very much an up and down year when it comes to home and road games.
Right.
But for both of us, if I remember correctly, we both have both of our teams still in the playoffs that are final, could make it to the finals.
Right, yeah.
Warriors and Bucks.
Yep. And we both. Did you pick the Bucks though to win?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I picked Bucks in 7.
Yeah. I didn't put games, but yeah, I picked the Bucks over the Warriors.
So obviously Warriors are playing the Kings and that's that. Yeah. But as of right now, I'm feeling okay that my picks are looking pretty good.
Yeah, not bad at all. And you picked Joel Embiid to win MVP, is that right?
I got it written down right here.
And I'm pretty confident he's going to win it at this point.
Look at that.
I went Giannis. I don't think that was a terrible pick. He's probably going to finish top 3.
I had Bam Adebayo, Defensive Player of the Year. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And I had one more homer pick. I had Keegan Murray win Rookie of the Year. Not going to happen, but he did break the rookie record, like I've said before, for threes in a season for over 200.
Not bad at all.
He's had a great year for being a rookie.
I think it hurt his case because the Kings had a lot of actually very good players around him, so he didn't get a chance to.
He
really
wasn't
shine.
he wasn't like the guy.
You're right, like
Ben.
Like I picked Banchero, and he's going to win it, and he's really going to win it because he got all the opportunities to make plays. But yeah, I mean, Keegan Murray is probably going to be finished pretty darn high on that list.
And that was a bold prediction. So if you want to make me pay for that, maybe not today. But
No.
Okay.
No. The fact that he's going to be in the top 3, most likely,
Thanks.
you're good.
Okay. Appreciate it.
You're good.
Appreciate it.
I also picked Robert Williams to win Defensive Player of the Year. He played like 30 games this year, so I got a little fucked on that. He probably wasn't going to win it anyways, but
I feel like Defensive Player of the Year is
it's really tough.
out of the 3 that we do, it's tough. It's probably the toughest.
It's like picking. It's like if we did Baseball Manager of the Year. Like there's too much that has to go right for a manager to win Manager of the Year. Usually it goes to a team that overperforms.
So you want to do predictions? Do Contender Rankings.
Yeah,
first.
Contender Rankings. Start it off, my friend. You got some updates?
Mine's different. Yes.
Okay, good.
So I got top 3 are the same. Bucks, Celtics, Nuggets.
Okay.
I got the Suns at 4.
Move them up.
I'm putting the Warriors above the Sixers at 5.
Oh.
I got the Sixers at 6. That's not on purpose.
Okay.
Cavs at 7.
All right.
Clippers 8. And I took the Lakers out.
Oh, you took them off.
Because of that.
Because of that ugly-ass game.
Ugly-ass game. For this week, they are not on my list. I do not think after that game, I know it's one game, but that was, for this week, cut off.
You know what's ironic about you taking them off is that I actually put the Lakers on my list this week.
Okay.
And,
because they were down so much, they came back?
You know what? I think there's something about the fact that they I feel like they finished the season pretty strong. If they would have lost, I definitely would have taken them off.
Yeah.
And I almost took them off anyways, but I decided to keep it. So I did make some pretty big changes. I still got the Bucks at number 1. I moved the Suns up to number 2. They were at number 4 previously. Yeah. I moved the Celtics down 1 and Nuggets down 1. So it's Celtics 3, Nuggets 4. Sixers are still number 5. Got the Warriors up to number 6 from 7. Moved the Grizzlies down to number 7. Lakers are going to be there at 8 and Cavs at number 9. The reason I moved the Grizzlies down is because they have to play the Lakers, which we have to.
I just want to see what you said it, but I didn't really comprehend. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, move the Grizzlies down 1 just because they have to play the Lakers, and I feel like that's potentially a tough matchup for them. I still think I like the Grizzlies to win that series, which we're going to talk about.
What did you say earlier?
What's that?
Tasty.
Come to Papa. On that series. I mean,
Come to Papa.
I gotta say that the Grizzlies got a raw-ass deal of being the number 2 seed and having to play the Lakers. I don't think that's who they wanted, but
You don't want to play LeBron.
no. But we'll talk a little bit when we get to our first round predictions about why I still like the Grizzlies. Which we're gonna get to right now. You want to get our first round predictions going, my friend?
Yes, in the Western Conference, I'm going to pick the Nuggets over the Thunder.
Because you're picking Thunder to win that.
Yes, in
Okay.
5.
5.
Yeah.
So nice. So you give Thunder a game,
Yeah.
right?
I feel like
It's hard this week.
What I'm trying to do is be as right as possible, and I feel like picking sweeps is tough. It's tough because last year I think I picked. I think last year I picked more right ones than you did, just by 1.
I think you did, yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to do.
Can you recall any sweeps in any series last year? Maybe the Bucks swept whoever they played in the first round, but I can't even really recall any sweeps.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to pick the Lakers over the Grizzlies.
Oh, I like it.
The 7-seeded Lakers over the 2-seeded Grizzlies in 7.
7?
I'm going 7.
Going the distance?
I'm going distance. And I hate to say it. I'm wearing the jersey. I got the River Cats hat on. Shout out to Sack. I wanted to say 4 really bad.
What? Oh, come on.
I'm picking
Kings are not that bad.
I'm picking your Warriors, the 6-seeded Warriors, to beat my 3-seeded Kings in 5.
Oh, man.
They're going to get them in 5.
Nah, we'll see. Okay, we'll see.
And
That's a little disrespect, man.
In the 4-5 matchup, I'm picking the Suns over the Clippers in 6.
Okay. Respect. You want me to do my West first?
Yeah.
All right. So Nuggets, I believe they will be playing the Timberwolves, which I think would be, I guess they probably really don't go far. I'll take the Nuggets in 5 on that. And the 2-7, I'm taking the Grizzlies over the Lakers. I'm going to take them in 6. I think the longer the series goes, the worse it is for the Lakers. They need to win game 1 to get some comfort there. I just feel like we watched LeBron kind of lose some steam at the end of that playing game, and that could be a trend in this playoffs. And I don't love that for the Lakers, so I'm going to take the Grizzlies in 6.
Okay.
Kings Warriors, I'm going to take the Warriors as well. I'm going to take them in 6 games though.
Okay.
I just don't think the Warriors are consistent enough to win in 4 or 5 games.
Okay.
Especially how bad they've been on the road. Getting Wiggins back, obviously that's great, but we'll see how they play. Trying to reintegrate him. So yeah, Warriors in 6. Suns Clippers. I almost wanted to say Suns in 4, but I'm gonna go 5 for the Suns.
Okay.
I just think that I couldn't say sweep because they do have Kawhi, and Kawhi is gonna take on the challenge as he always does. But just not having Paul George, at least for the beginning of the series, not gonna be good news for the Clippers.
Yeah.
On to the East.
Yes. I'm going to pick the 1-seeded Bucks over the Heat. I think the Heat will win that game.
I like the Heat too.
1 to say 4, but I have some respect for the Heat, the organization, Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, Jimmy Butler.
Right.
I think Bucks in 5. I'm picking the Celtics over the Hawks in 4. Only sweep I have, Celtics Hawks.
Yeah, I think I'm going that route too.
I'm picking them.
Copy.
I'm picking them in 4. Sixers over the Nets. I'm picking in 5. And then Cavs over the Knicks. I think it's going straight 7.
Wow. Okay.
4-5 matchups, man. It's
they can be fun.
Yeah.
Usually the best.
It wouldn't surprise me if the Cavs beat them in
less than that.
Less than that. But, you gotta throw a 7 in there.
Right. So yeah, I'm taking Bucks over the Heat in 5 as well. I'm actually gonna go Celtics over Hawks in 5 also. I'll give the Hawks a chance for their guards to go off one game.
Yeah.
Sixers, Nets. Dude, Sixers in 4. I think Sixers are sweeping. The Nets have played some somewhat inspired basketball since the trade, but I just don't think they have enough firepower to hang with Sixers.
Mm-hmm.
Sixers are going to be very inspired in this series. Cavs, Knicks. I like the Cavs in 5. I think the Cavs are a much better team than the Knicks, personally.
Okay.
I know we've had the Cavs on our contender list, so and I feel pretty strongly. But I just the Knicks, nothing about them excites me. I know Jalen Brunson had a great year, but
Julius Randle,
I'm not a fan of Julius Randle. I really am not.
I'm not a big fan of his game either.
Yeah, I just think he plays too far away from the basket for his skill set, and I just don't. I don't trust them to try and close out games or play in tight games down the stretch. So, yeah, I like the Cavs, and the Cavs got playmakers. Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland are nice. Got good bigs too.
Yeah. I mean, are you ready for NBA playoffs in the next 6 months?
6 months. 2 months, yeah, absolutely.
So, you want to get into a little Warriors Kings a little bit?
Sure, let's talk.
I just really wish the Kings didn't get the Warriors at all.
I'm not super. I mean, it's cool.
It's very cool. I think for the friend group.
It's cool for Northern California region. Yeah.
It's very cool for the friend group. I hope we could watch at least.
We're definitely gonna watch on Saturday.
Yes.
At the very least.
Whether we're here at your parents' house or whatever.
Yeah, whatever we do.
For the beginning of the game or second half, whatever happens.
Yeah.
It's really fun. I think it's a cool story, but I'm afraid that would be on the ass end of another playoff loss for my team.
Yeah.
But if the Kings were to win, I'm like, dude, these guys are playing with house money. They beat Steph Curry.
They literally have nothing to lose.
They don't. And the Kings are not a good defensive team. That's what I worry about.
Right. That is why I picked the Warriors. But as good as the Kings have apparently by some metrics the best offense ever.
Yeah.
In history of basketball.
I saw that too.
So I mean, they have that to hang their hat on at least. It's probably going to have to be a track meet. Both these teams play a fast pace. I think the Warriors actually had the fastest pace in the league this year, which surprised me with the amount of veterans they have. But yeah, no, it's going to be a lot of like 120 to 115 type games, I believe, and I think it's going to be fun. I mean,
it's going to be fun.
I know the Warriors do have more to lose because they should be competing for a championship. The Kings were not expected to be here at all, which I think is advantage Kings in that sense. But it'll be up to the Warriors veterans to bring it, for sure.
So this is the first Kings playoffs that I've really ever been a part of. That since I've really been a fan.
Yeah, because in 2006 you were 12 years old.
I can't say 2006 I was really that much of a fan of any sport.
Or 11 years old, yeah.
Really that much, you know.
Yeah.
And I was really hoping the first round was like, the Lakers, which would have been a huge rivalry matchup.
Right.
Maybe or maybe the Clippers or something like that.
Yeah.
But of course, my luck, we get the Warriors, and they're not going to win this series. I really just don't see any circumstance unless Steph Curry gets hurt, which I don't hope.
Yeah.
Of the Kings winning this series. I don't think it's going to happen.
I do think they're better than you're giving them credit for, but at the same time, I just couldn't put my money on it.
Am I putting too much into the past of the Warriors have done?
Probably, yeah. I think so.
But
because this Warriors team, I mean, they played better over the last couple of weeks, but there's been very little consistency with that.
And I do feel like the Warriors have played really well last couple games of the season. Which could carry over to the playoffs.
I think they were somewhat fortunate in playing some teams that were mailing it in. Like they played the Spurs down the stretch. They played the Blazers the last game of the year. I mean, it is what it is.
You gotta play who you gotta play.
Right.
I see what you mean.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see.
I hope the Kings just get one.
Oh, they're gonna win at least. I think they're gonna win at least one.
You think so?
If
the Warriors sweep, will you drink 2 shots in a row?
Sure, absolutely.
Fucking
I really don't want that to happen. I'd like to see a competitive series, and I'm not just saying that for your sake, but I just
no.
But it would just take away from the fact that we're getting such an interesting, Northern California matchup, and for it to go 4 games.
And I mean, this podcast is destined for things because how did we get this?
So like the first year, there's nothing really that happened, like 2020, but ever since it's been juicy.
Cowboy Niner, and then the same year as Cowboy Niners this last couple months ago, Kings Warriors.
Right.
And I don't want this whole narrative that the Kings and Warriors are going to become a rivalry all of a sudden because it takes time. Like we're not
right.
I'm not going to get on to me this is Kings Warriors as of right now is historically not like Giants A's because they actually played in the World Series, but to me it equates because
people crosstown-ish.
People try to make up the rivalry.
Right.
Obviously, Giants A's have more history when it comes to playing each other in the playoffs or in the World Series, but the Warriors and the Kings aren't a rivalry. I'm almost tired of hearing people on the radio because I listen to KMBR and they're obviously Warriors homers. Yeah. They're like, you know what? We're rooting for the Kings. We're pulling for them. Like, I don't want that. You know what I want? I want you guys to say, fuck these guys. I don't want to play. Or, I'm tired of playing these guys.
It would take a lot for me to get to the point where I said I dislike the Kings.
I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
And I think everybody loves the story of the Kings.
Yeah.
This year.
Right.
But like when I hear that from Warriors homers, Warriors fans,
I can understand
you know what I think?
I can understand.
You know what I think? We're the little brother.
Yeah.
And
that's kind of what the Giants do to the A's. You could probably
rightly so because you guys have the rings, you guys have way more success historically and recently than the Kings. Right. But it would be really nice for the Kings just to punch them in the fucking mouth.
Oh yeah, and I don't think it's out of the realm of possibilities for it to be a hard-fought series, and maybe the Kings surprise Warriors.
And I'm saying it here right now. If the Kings were to beat the Warriors in this series, this would make up for the past 2 Cowboys losses. It would. It would make up for it.
I don't know why I don't really believe it, but if you're saying it, then I'll take your word for it.
It would soften the blow last year.
I see saying that makes more sense than actually taking away all the bitterness.
It would soften it.
Yeah.
But that being said, like I've told you, if the Kings lose to the Warriors, I won't be hurt as much.
Because you could say that's what should have happened, right?
Yeah. But I'm not going to sit here being like, if the Kings lose, it was worse than the Cowboys losing the past 2 years. Because that's not even close.
Exactly, which is why I think that.
Yeah.
I don't really believe that it would make up for it.
It'd make me feel a little better. Like,
I'm sure it'd make you feel better, yeah.
Like, hey, we
got one.
Hey, we beat the champs, We got one. In the first round. Like, it's like not even winning the finals.
Even like conference semis would be even that much more interesting, but here we are, man.
We'll see what happens. I mean, and by the time we podcast either next Thursday or the following Monday, I mean, the series, I don't think it'll be over by Thursday.
I did just look at the schedule. I don't think it definitely won't be over by Thursday. That would be like after Game 3.
Yeah.
I think if it was a short series and we waited all the way to the following Monday, maybe it would be over. Excuse me.
Yeah, because they have games. So the 15th, obviously on Saturday, the 17th, the 20th, the 23rd, and 26th.
So Game 4 would be the 23rd, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which would be
That's Sunday. Right.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So if it was a sweep and we did it, we'll be good.
We'll get there.
We'll get another chance to talk about this series at midpoint.
Yeah. Well, another thing I want to mention about this series in particular is, tickets for the Chase Center are $220. The cheapest ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Cheapest ticket for the Golden One Center where the Kings play is about $420.
Wow. I know you did say that they're cheaper at Chase yesterday, which surprised me a little bit, but it makes sense because the Kings haven't been to the playoffs in so long.
Yeah.
So it's going to make those more premium, but yeah.
It's going to be...
I
wish I could be there.
Yeah.
And I obviously I hope they win the first game because it would just be... That place it might crumble.
Oh my God.
If they win that first game. Especially if it's a close game or something like that.
Right.
Which I expect all these games to be close between these two teams.
Yeah, I think it should be. I mean, the Warriors haven't been dominating any teams other than that last game against the Blazers.
But if they light the beam in the first playoff game in 16 years, I mean, it's going to be like I would for a diehard Sacramento Kings fan, which I'm not. I'm a Kings fan. I'm not diehard.
Yeah.
It'd probably feel like winning the finals damn near. Be like, dude, we want to play.
Right.
We want a playoff game. Sacramento would shut down.
I think Kings probably do win the first game. There's going to be a lot of big energy. A lot of big energy. The Warriors have been terrible on the road this year.
The Warriors do not lose a lot of first games in the playoffs, though. In the Steve Kerr era.
True. We'll see.
Your Warriors, I believe, are 18-0 in the Western Conference playoffs since Steve Kerr's been there. In series, yeah.
Yeah, because every year they've gotten to the playoffs, they've gotten to the finals. It's crazy. Crazy. See what happens this year. I don't feel it from this team, but hey, they got the pedigree, so it's always a possibility. That's why they're on my contender list.
If they have number 30, they have a chance. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Right.
I'm nervous. Even though
I'm a little nervous too. I mean, it's gonna be fun.
When we're watching the game, I'm gonna be sauced, so I'm not gonna be like that. I'll be pumped. I'm not gonna be like nervous.
Right.
It's Kings Warriors, man.
Like I don't want to see you be able to gloat over the Warriors' losses, but I wouldn't. If any team was going to beat the Warriors in the playoffs, it wouldn't feel as bad if it was the Kings. If we lost to the Lakers in the playoffs, fuck that.
See, I don't want that. I don't like being the little brother.
No, but it's. I know what you're saying, but it's not even like that. It's just
I know. You want the little you don't want the Lakers to beat you,
right? Because
because the Kings haven't been anything.
Because who would be next in the bracket would be the winner of the Lakers and Grizzlies. Oh, yeah. And I would definitely love to see either of those teams.
Yeah.
So if the Kings do beat the Warriors,
and you're
rooting hard for the Kings.
Your Warriors got the right side of the bracket, by the way. At least up to the conference finals.
Yeah.
Because you don't got to play the Suns.
I mean, the Suns would be a factor.
But that wouldn't be till the conference finals, right?
I'd rather play the Suns early if we had to. If we're gonna lose, fuck it.
Because you want to get out earlier.
Yeah,
and you don't want to have that false sense of hope and then lose.
And the Suns are 8-0 when KD has played for them, and they have some crazy point differential as well.
Yeah.
I'd rather not let them feel like they've got just this groove going with him in there, and get them early.
I hope
that's why I wasn't not really against the 5 seed.
I hope KD gets his revenge in a mean way.
I mean, you know me. I got the Suns. I feel like I got the Suns going to the finals. They're number 2 on my contenders now. So it's gonna be a fun play. I think this is. I still think Milwaukee is a heavy favorite in the East, but they're not like Boston and Philly are. I think are pretty legit. And then in the West, it's crapshoot. I feel like any of those teams could come out of the West.
Saturday's gonna be fun. Cannot wait.
Yes.
I bet you my dad shows up to the party with his Kings jersey.
I hope so.
I bet you he's not gonna dress disco.
I wouldn't.
No,
imagine him.
he's gonna rock his Kings jersey.
Probably. Yeah. Hey, real quick, what do you think about the plan? Just quick thought.
It's a moneymaker.
Yeah, because like it's kind of pointless in that. Do you feel like any of these teams really have a chance to win the whole thing? I mean, maybe the Lakers.
No,
maybe the Lakers.
But if you're going with that,
but
if you're going with that route, then you might as well cut the playoffs to 4 teams on each side.
I mean, I would say even 6.
Okay.
But at the same time, the games themselves are like it's awesome. Like you get you get Game 7, boom boom.
It is cool. It's very cool.
Right? I think it's cool. I like it.
And it's tough. It's the same thing for me with like NFL playoffs. And I know it's a little different, but like, did I think the Cowboys were going to win the Super Bowl last year? No.
Yeah.
But they're still in the playoffs. It was still great.
Yeah.
Up until they lost.
Right.
It just gives
gives every team some hope.
Teams and fans hope.
Right, and I think it's cool too for like those 9 and 10 seeds that get a chance to play for something meaningful, and just let those younger teams get some experience in an intense situation.
Yeah.
What time is it? I wasn't sure which one you were gonna hit.
It's time for last call.
Let's go, baby. I got piss. What about you?
I do too. But I have some UFC news real quick.
Oh yeah.
Israel
results.
Israel Adesanya knocks out Alex Pereira.
Got his revenge.
He got his revenge
Yeah.
from the middleweight title. He got him. It was eerily similar to what he almost did the fight prior. Didn't happen, but pretty close.
Good for him.
And these two.
Is this the 3rd time they fought overall or 4th?
I think
something like that.
And I hope they. I mean, I think they should keep fighting each other, but I know they won't. I don't really see why, because Pereira should be able to get his belt back. Maybe they will. Maybe
Yeah, I'm
they
sure
won't.
there's a good chance they'll especially if Pereira, goes and beats another contender.
Yeah, it would be really nice to see this fight at Danny's house, but I didn't get the invite. But, it's fine. And also, Jorge Masvidal calls it a career.
Yeah, he's done. He lost though, right?
He did lose.
Yeah,
I did lose.
I did hear that.
Calls it a career. He's most known for starting off as a street fighter, kind of I think with Kimbo Slice and all that.
It's fucking funny.
But he's also known for having the quickest knockout in UFC history.
Oh
which
yeah,
I
the
believe
flying
was
kick.
Like probably 4 or 5 seconds. I think it was literally
or the flying knee, whatever it was.
Yeah, and you gotta love Masvidal because he talks his shit. He's he just he came up from nothing.
Pretty scrappy. Yeah.
And he was able to have a pretty nice career in the UFC. So if that was your last fight, I know you wanted to win, but my hat's off to you, literally and figuratively.
Right.
Love
definitely, I wouldn't say like legend, but he's definitely got some place in history of UFC. Big time.
Yeah. Last thing, also fight related, is your boy Jake Paul is gonna be fighting Nate Diaz.
Your boy. Oh, that's cool.
In an 8-round
God,
boxing match.
8-round bullshit is fucking. Come on, step up, Jake.
What are your thoughts?
Let's go 12. I'm not expecting him to go full UFC style fighting, but go 12. Come on.
The first person I sent this to, take a guess.
Danny. No.
Garrett.
Go Garrett, yeah.
Because Garrett,
Nate.
no, Garrett does not fuck with Jake Paul, and he loves. I don't even know why. I mean, is it really the Stockton thing?
It's gotta be.
But like, what does Garrett have with Stockton?
Wasn't he from like? He's not from. Isn't he from?
Is Garrett from Stockton?
No, not from Stockton, but like the city that's right next to it.
Okay.
I'm totally forgetting.
My bad. Sorry.
Totally fucking that up.
Clearly, I don't know Garrett.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay. Early thoughts. I know it's in August, but who do you got?
Let's go, Nate. Come on, Nate. Fuck Jake Paul.
I mean, do you really?
Jake Paul lost to what's his fuck, right?
He lost to.
I'm totally forgetting.
Tyson or Fury's brother.
Oh yeah.
Nick Fury. No, Nick Fury's a Marvel character. No.
What's his name?
It's Nick Fury, Samuel Jackson, the Marvel movies actually. No, it's
what is Fury's last or first name?
Tyson Fury.
Well, Tyson, yeah, but what is his brother's name?
I don't know.
Whatever. Yeah, he lost to the other Fury.
Not Samuel Jackson.
No. Nick Fury. That was good.
That was good.
That was really good. Wow.
I'm taking Nate Diaz because I just don't see Nate Diaz being the kind of guy he is, losing to a YouTube star.
Yeah.
Former YouTube star. I don't see it.
He's definitely not going to get knocked out because that guy's got a fucking stone jaw.
Yeah. It'll probably go 8 and it'll be boring.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing though is like I guess Nate's a puncher. I feel like he's kind of an everything type UFC fighter, right? Pretty universal.
Nate probably wants the purse
that
comes with this match.
Yeah. He's going to go for it.
But
I guess he could leave.
He's going to be trying to knock this guy out.
Yeah.
Unless there is some kind of script, which I hope.
And now that I think about it, yeah, I think the fact that he would probably go for a knockout could leave him vulnerable. Mm-hmm. But I don't know that Jake Paul has really got the power to knock him out.
Yeah. What do you got?
John Rahm, Masters champion, second career major.
Sorry, Brooksy.
Yeah, Brooks just he melted on Sunday. Yeah. Wasn't his day. But I really like John Rahm as a golfer. I think he seems like a good guy, and I know there's a lot of different winners of majors these days, but I would have thought he had more than 2. But good for him.
Do you think that the PGA is happy that a live golfer cannot win the Masters?
Sure, absolutely. I do like though now the dynamic of the majors where they invite everyone, so you're gonna get like the live guys and the PGA guys together on those.
I think that's cool.
Right. I know the live golf
because there's been a lot of shade towards live golf.
Right, and it's somewhat warranted, but you know, they're golfers. They're making a nice living. But can you really blame them?
You're telling guys that you're talking shit about guys that are doing less work and making more money. Who would not take that?
Yeah. I mean, some people have their morals, and that's why they disagree with it, and yes. I get it. I get both sides. I totally get both sides.
I do too.
Yeah. So I would not blame anyone for joining Live for the financial, reaping those rewards and whatnot, but I get people that dislike it. Also, we haven't talked about NASCAR since the first week, I don't believe.
And that was
in mid-February.
There we go.
Or late February.
I'm sure our fans are happy about that.
Yeah, but I thought we'd bring it back. I don't know if we talked about the fact that Chase Elliott has been out for the last 6 races. Because of a snowboarding accident in Colorado.
Come on, man.
But he's back this week at Martinsville, and the report is that he vows to still snowboard regardless.
I love that.
I saw the headline and I laughed. I literally laughed out loud. I'm like, yeah, Chase, maybe not the best time.
If I'm the team, I don't like that.
No.
But
I'm sure Rick Hendrick is going to be like, you know what, Chase, let's maybe hold the snowboarding.
Let's pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Let's pump the brakes on that.
Yeah. But anyways, he's back. Good for NASCAR because he is an icon in the sport.
Well, you give him icon status, huh?
I mean, it doesn't hurt that his dad was also an icon, and he's a champion already.
Yeah.
At a very young age.
And NASCAR for us is T-minus, I don't know the days, but I'm looking forward.
Oh, for Sonoma.
Sonoma.
We're like just under 2 days short of 2 months away.
Can't wait.
Love it.
Cannot wait.
I feel like we should do a little NASCAR standings update because we haven't done that. In the house, your friend Devin.
My friend?
Our friend Devin. She's having a nice little start to her NASCAR career.
Yeah, it's real nice.
She's got actually the 2 top scoring drivers so far. Christopher Bell got his first one of the season just this past weekend on Bristol Dirt. And William Byron is he's fucking William Byron.
He's doing the 24 car. Nice.
Yes, he is, absolutely. She's got 27 points at the top.
Jeez.
Dylan's having a nice little go right now, too. He's got 21. Ross Chastain and Tyler Reddick have a nice start to the year. Next in line would be yourself.
Okay.
13 points.
Hey, you thought I was going to run away with the 3P, but not.
You know, Ryan Blaney has been a big disappointment, but I still have faith that he's going to do something.
You know what that means? I can only go up from here. I can only go up from here.
That's right. And Kyle Larson's been solid. He's already got to win.
Just stay off the snowboards.
Right. After that, we're going to have Alex at 11 points.
Look at Alex.
Yeah. 4th place. I got 10. Harvick and Suarez, they're kind of putzing along.
Yeah, putzing along.
Then we got Danny with 5. He's in, I guess I would put him in 7th place. Did I miss someone? No. Danny's got 10 also. Sorry, I missed that. Me and Danny both have 10. Tied for 5th. Ashley with 5 in 7th. Danny Hamlin, big disappointment this year. And then down to Garrett, who has Chase Elliott. And, we have given him the 9 car points.
I think it's only fair.
It's only fair. And it's only been 3 points, so he has 3 total this season, bringing up the rear. I like to think those points are going to go up now.
That Bubba Wallace pick,
not the smartest pick.
Not helping his cause.
Not the smartest pick. Anyone that he could have chosen, probably not a whole lot better, but, I'm thinking the fact that we doubted Alex Bowman so much, and he's having a good year so far.
Yeah.
Not the smartest thing on our part. I think a lot of people would have liked to have Alex Bowman.
Yes.
We're done, right?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We will see you guys probably next week.
Yeah.
Maybe if not the following Monday.
Right.
We'll probably be here next week.
I like to say next time now because that's a little more guaranteed.
Yeah. We will see you next time.
Yes, sir.
Peace.